Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we're going to be talking all about lashes. So for this video I think that I've already done it before and I'm going to be putting that video private just because there's so much about it I didn't necessarily like. So today I basically want to undo all of that and talk about how to apply false lashes, what kind of styles work for what eye shapes, basically everything you need to know start to finish on tools and application of false lashes. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching and please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload 3 times a week and that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to dive into the world of falsies, keep on watching. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a clip of me applying my falsies. I did do them separately, so you're going to see an in-depth like how I apply, what I'm using, talking about it, and then as soon as I'm done with that, you're going to see just a close-up and just me doing so that you guys can, ignore me and not listen to me talk and just see the application. And as soon as that's done, I'll be back to just chat with you guys about falsies. Okay, so I already did this eye, and I'm going to show you that after as like a just watch what I'm doing, but I'm going to walk you through how I do this one. So I do gently peel the lash off with my tweezer and just wiggle the band a little bit just to break up any residual dry glue and get everything ready for the application. I did already trim, and you'll see in the box it's in there, one section off the outer corner, just because the first thing you want to do when you're applying a lash is hold it up to the eye, see how long it is, and see how much you need to take off for it to fit nicely. I already did that just for the sake of time. So I'm going to take a little bit of my lash glue and just put a thin coat along the entire band. I use the Duo brush-on adhesive. This is the white one. It comes in the green package, and the reason I do that is it goes on whitish blue and it does dry clear. So when you're ready to apply it, it will go on nice and smooth, but it won't be visible once it is dry. Now normally a lash this dramatic I would probably do when I have a little bit more on the eyes, but I did want to keep the lid completely bare today because I want you to be able to see nice and closely how the lash applies. So I'm using my Tartist Pro Tarte Lash Tweezer. I used my Surat Beauty Reveille Lash Curler, and I will be using, this came from Sonia Kashuk, I got it at Target. It is literally just a lash crimper, and this is what I take to pop my lashes right on. As you guys see, I did apply mascara already, just because mascara getting pushed through your lash is going to ruin it. I will not do that. I will put on the mascara first, apply the falsie, and then just clamp them together so that the amount of mascara getting into the lash is going to be much lower. Again, when I apply the second lash, which I guess for me was the first lash, Inception, I will be zoomed in much closer so you guys can just see me apply it nice and quickly. But once the glue is about 90% dry, we're ready to pop it on the eye. I like to just look forward in a mirror, and I have this mirror right down here looking up, because I like to look from below so I can really pop that lash right where I want it to be. So what I like to do is just looking down on my mirror, I will place this right on my lash line, and you'll see they're already pretty even. What I then do is I will take the inner corner and I will apply it in, and then I will just gently squeeze and press to the outer corner to make sure everything is secure. And then I like to look forward while it's still a little bit unattached, and I will play with the direction of the lash. So if I want this to be a little more flared, like right now this side looks like it's standing up a little more, so I'm going to just lightly press it down and make sure that it is glued onto the lid in a way that matches the other eye. And then once that's done, I will pop the outer corner on. And now that that lash is good, I will go in with that lash crimper, and I will work from outer corner to inner corner just to gently crimp my lashes to the falsie so that you don't see my lashes hiding anywhere. And after you do that, you may need to go back in with your tweezer just to re-finesse the lash a little bit. But you're not going to need to do much. All you need to do is the actual manipulating of the lash. That way when you pull back and you zoom out, things look a little more even. So now that that lash is on, I'm going to drop in a clip of me applying the first eye. And as soon as that's done, I'll be right back to talk to you guys all about the ins and outs of lashes. Okay, so now that you guys have seen the way I apply my falsies, time to talk about eye shape, selection, the works. So I did already touch upon it a little bit, but you do have to trim your lashes when you purchase a new lash. So these actually came in a BoxyCharm. You don't always have them the length they need to be. Our eyes are not all the same shape, the same size. So for this lash, for example, I did trim off, and I'm not sure if you guys can see, but this lash is in little clusters. I took off an entire cluster from the outside of the lash just because for my eye shape, the original size was a little bit too long. And the ones I'm wearing right now are Havana from Lily Lashes, which are a more dramatic version of these ones, but they are definitely a flared lash. What that means is that the last area of the eye is much longer than the inner corner. So this is going to give that elongated cat eye effect. Because my eyes are so hooded, this is a shape I like to use pretty frequently when I'm trying to achieve a winged liner look. So like you can see on my left eye, you kind of get that look as if I have winged liner. However, I have no liner on at all. It's just the shape of my lash. If I were to have liner, it would have to be super, super microscopically thin, or it would get lost in the fold of my eye. Or the other option is I would have to go like Amy Winehouse thick, so that you guys would see it whether my eyes are opened or closed. Since that doesn't work for me, I do like to cheat that effect with lashes so that when I turn, like, you still see that there is that little bit of a flared effect that you would normally get with a wing. However, I didn't have to take the time to do liner because for me, it's a waste because you could barely see it anyway. Now, I do also enjoy a symmetrical lash from time to time. Those cat eye lashes are great for really like opening the eye, drawing it up, and giving you that cat eye. However, if you did want to go in with a symmetrical lash, this is a Lily lash in the style Mykonos. What this does is the longest hairs are in the center of the lash. So what that does is it gives you a very elongated, open doll eye effect. Because the longest lashes are here, it definitely gives you that open roundness. So I like those for people with either rounded eyes or somebody with, like, I have very almondy shaped eyes. So what I'll do is I will use a lash like that when I want that doe-eyed effect. I'll usually pair it with like a white liner in the waterline just to make everything look a little more open. But for me, those lashes really, again, just add that drama and that volume. They look especially nice with halo eyes. When I do a halo with this like cat eye shaped eye, I feel like the eye naturally wants to pull up and the halo is grounding the eye in the middle, which is kind of contradictory. When I have that like bright inner corner and that smoky edge, that's when I want to go in with more of a cat eye. Now, most of the lashes I wear are synthetic. I don't really love mink lashes. First, there's the animal cruelty side of things. Second, I feel like I damage them and I have ruined them so quickly. It's not worth all that goes into it. The lashes I'm wearing today are Havana from Lily Lashes, but they are the faux mink. They are a synthetic lash fiber that will mimic hair, and I don't see any reason to go in with a faux mink when you can go in with something like this. The only pair of mink lashes that I still have in my rotation are the are the New Buxom Bella lashes, and I only wear these on very special occasions. I have been wearing this style for a long time. As you can see, it is more of a flared lash, or at least it is now. It was a little bit more of a symmetrical lash, but I took a little too much off the outer portion of the eye. So now when I wear this, I really just get that vibrant flared effect. But these are absolutely huge lashes. So that brings me to another point, and that is the length of your lash. So if you have very hooded eyes or very small eyes, these more large dramatic lashes might touch your brow. They might cover up too much, and I know that's a problem a lot of people have. They do make more natural lashes. Shorter hair lashes are things that are a little more day-to-day wearable. This pair that came in a BoxyCharm from Baddington Lashes, you'll notice are, dropped one. They are a fairly small natural lash. So they'll just add a little bit of added volume, a little bit of added texture, and a little more of a natural look versus what I have on right now, which is definitely more of a glam lash. Now, don't get me wrong, these are not drag lashes. These are not like 301s, which genuinely will touch a concealed brow. But for me, they're a little bit more of that over-the-top flair, especially all things considered when you talk about the way that things wear on the eyes. So for me, a more dramatic lash is just going to be a little bit more beautiful on my eye shape. I like going in with a nice smoky eye, but I have very hooded lids. So the way that I cheat that uplifted effect and help to smoke the eyes out a little more is to add those lashes. Like, I have no shadow on my lids today, just a little bit in my crease. And because of the lashes I'm wearing, you can barely notice. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, comment down below. But I really don't think that you can see that I haven't done a lot with eyeshadow. And that's what I love massive lashes for. On those days, everybody thinks that fake lashes are meant for when you're going over the top and you're getting really ready and you want to be super glam. That is true. However, on those days where I want to be really lazy and I don't want to spend a lot of time blending out eyeshadow, I will just pop on a nice dramatic lash and it basically just covers up the whole eye. Or if I do an eye look and I don't love it, fake lash. Today I just took a little bit of blue shadow over a blue liner in the waterline and a tiny bit of a neutral shadow in the crease and highlighted my inner corner. That was it. And these lashes really lend themselves to doing such a simple eye look, but it doesn't look disproportionate. It doesn't look over the top. It looks right in the middle as a nice, neutral, easy, wearable look. Now, as always, I will be commenting and focusing on the comment section. So if you have any specific questions on lashes, please let me know. But the basics of lash application one last time. When you get a new pair of lashes in the box, what you want to do is open the lash. You're going to want to very gently take the lash off and wiggle the band. Hold it up against your eye to see how much you have to trim off, and then very gently with a lash scissor, just remove anything that you want to remove. I always recommend taking out of the outer side because I find that the flare of the inner corner is designed to complement the eye shape. So I always recommend taking off of the outside. Then apply your glue. Allow a couple seconds to a minute for it to dry down, because once the glue is mostly dry, it'll be easier for you to manipulate it on the eye. Then using your lash tweezer, you want to place it down on the center of the eye and finesse the outer and inner corner. Then you're going to want to crimp them together. And lastly, go in with your tweezer one last time just to finesse the outer corner, finesse the inner corner, and make sure everything is laying exactly where you want it to be. So that is the finished video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, make sure to comment down below if you have any questions. I will make sure to respond to all, if not as many of you as humanly possible. I don't get so overflooded with comments that you're ever gonna feel like you're neglected. And if you do, just throw a comment up and be like, hey, asked you a question, you missed it. And I will happily jump back in and give you guys all the information I possibly can. Thank you guys again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.